Hey, welcome back everybody. Nice to see you again. Hope you're all doing well. So, today we're going to be covering the Dragon Radar. It's been such in high demand recently, especially since the last update. So, we're going to cover it. As of all you may or may not know, I actually summoned the dragon a couple of times already, and I am going to tell you how I went about that. But before that, let's get to the basics. So, to get the Dragon Radar in the first place, you actually have to talk to Bulma. To find Bulma, you actually have to find Capsule Corp, which is located in West City. If you don't know where that is, that's okay, just fly around and you'll eventually recognize the building. So when talking to Bulma, she's going to give you a couple of options. The ones we're concerned with is the Dragon Radar, so we want that. It's going to cost 15,000 Zenny. Congratulations, you got the Dragon Radar. Now, a couple notes. If you die with this radar, you have to buy it again. As well as if you leave the server, you also have to buy it again. If you want to work around this, they actually released a game pass on the last update that you have a permanent Dragon Radar. Other than it being permanent, it also has a bigger range than the original radar by 100 studs. So everybody, what are studs exactly? So I did some digging, and I asked someone on Discord. In all seriousness, they are right. I decided to look up what a stud was, and this is actually what a stud is. And this is how it looks like in-game. This doesn't really apply too much anymore. You don't see these in games because they only apply to the older Roblox versions. But this is still what is used to simulate distance, I guess. So, what's the point of me telling you all this? Honestly, my original plan was to calculate the distance to get a good estimate of how big the range of the radar is. But I think that's a little bit out of my comfort zone, and I probably won't know what I'm doing. So we're going to do things the old simple way and my favorite way. I'm going to show you visually. Alright, perfect. So we found a Dragon Ball. So we're going to use this Dragon Ball as our example to understand how big the actual distance is from this. So what I'm going to do is, you see on the radar, I'm going to go one box each time till it disappears off the radar. So I'm doing this very slowly and carefully till the ball is just pretty much out of reach. Alright, so as you can see on the Dragon Radar, the Dragon Ball is just barely visible on the radar. Good. So we're going to go ahead and note this location, and we're going to do the same thing in a different direction. So now that we noted the two locations, what I'm going to do is take an overview shot of both locations and overlay them, and to see the actual range of the Dragon Radar. Alright, so we got our first overview shot from the first location, and I'm sorry because it was raining, so the quality doesn't look as clear as I like it to be. So, I'm there on the top right. If you could even make me out, I'm a couple of pixels, but I'm going to mark it for you so it's easier to visualize. The Dragon Ball is right over here. So, on to the next image. I'm on the bottom left this time. Again, if you can make me out, props to you. And the Dragon Ball is actually up here. So, all we have to do is play a game called Connect the Dots, and bam! We got to estimate how big the range is. Do keep in mind, I do have the Game Pass, so this is going to be slightly bigger than a player who doesn't have the Game Pass. Now that we finished talking about the Dragon Radar, let's talk about the Dragon Balls. So the Dragon Balls spawn every 4 hours, and no, they do not despawn, but they cannot spawn in private servers. You will also have to be alive for 5 minutes or logged into server for 5 minutes to pick up a Dragon Ball. The maximum amount of Dragon Balls that can be in one server is up to 3. That's if nobody picks it up, of course. And finally, there are 50 plus locations that the Dragon Balls could possibly spawn in. Pro tip when you're gathering the Dragon Balls, note the location. Okay, just like I said, I was going to show you guys how I went about getting the Dragon Balls. So I'm going to show you the pathway I take every time I'm searching for the Dragon Balls. So the reason why I'm taking this path is because I found these Dragon Balls in specific locations. All of what I'm doing pretty much is just connecting the dots of where I found every single Dragon Ball in the grand scale of things. And if I don't find any Dragon Balls on the pathway I usually take, well, I go to the locations I haven't found a Dragon Ball yet. Anyways, let me shut up. This is the pathway. And that, everyone, is how I find the Dragon Balls. Of course, if I find a new Dragon Ball or a new location, I change my path a little bit to accommodate for that new Dragon Ball I found. So a question I see myself being asked is, why can't I just tell you the Dragon Ball locations? 1, I don't know them all. 2, if it's too widely known, the developers are going to update the locations. So, the best I could do is show you the pathway. Hey, you made it to the end! Thanks for sticking with me. I didn't expect it to be this long, in all honesty. Well, I really do hope this was extremely helpful to you or anyone else. And as always, thank you for all the support, and all of you have a Merry Christmas.